Tonight, during his rally in Nashville, the president spoke about Spygate, as we've been discussing. Take a look.
So how do you like the fact they had people infiltrating our campaign? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine people infiltrating our campaign? Is there anybody in this big, beautiful arena right now that's infiltrating our campaign? Would you please raise your hand? That would take courage, huh? Now, look, you take a look at what's going on. Never in the history of our country has something taken place like took place during this election.
All right, joining us now exclusively, three people whose lives have been severely and harshly impacted by Robert Mueller and his pit bull, Andrew Weissman's witch hunt. You have former Trump campaign chairman Sam Clovis, former Trump campaign aide Michael Caputo, former Trump campaign associate Carter Page. All right, good to see you all. Let me ask you all a simple question, and I'll turn to you, Carter, first. Were you spied upon? Well, did a spy approach you?
I'm not sure, Sean. And, you know, there were two parts of the fake DNI report of January 6, 2017. First is hacking, and we know I've been hacked eventually. And the
By the way, for
other
those
part
who don't know, I want to
yeah.
make sure people know. This is the Trump campaign associate. This is the guy that they used the Clinton bought and paid for phony Russian dossier with Russian lies to get a FISA warrant to spy on an American. You're it. They lied to those courts 4 times. And Rod Rosenstein signed off on one of them, the last one, which makes it worse because by then they knew it was they were paid for Russian lies.
Absolutely. But, you know, but the other part of the DNI report as well is the fake news, government propaganda. And we know now, you know, which led to that FISA warrant, there was Broadcasting Board of Governors, you know, their affiliates.
Why were you going to Russia?
And
why didn't they just say to the FBI in the spring of 2016, why didn't they go to the Trump campaign and say, this guy Carter Page is a Trump? You never met Trump, right?
Never.
Why didn't they just go to Trump and his campaign and say, this guy is going to Russia, he works for your campaign, we're worried about him?
Because there's absolutely nothing to it, and I think they wanted to play
Why
out
were
this
you in
fake
Russia?
story. Gave a speech, you know, and
you didn't get paid for it?
Zero. Nope.
It's been reported you're a former CIA, FBI operative.
No,
intelligence operative.
It's funny. There's a double standard there as well. I've given information to the CIA and FBI.
You've cooperated
previously.
with your country?
Absolutely.
For the betterment of your country?
Absolutely.
When you made these foreign trips? You were debriefed?
I gave.
You don't like these questions, do you?
Not really. And I generally try to be very confidential.
But you were trying to help. When you were debriefed, you love America.
Yes.
And you were trying to help your country by meeting with Intel CIA people.
They asked for my help, and I did not say no. Absolutely.
Okay. Sam Clovis, let's start with you.
Yes, sir.
You were approached. I won't even mention. I knew who the guy was 2 weeks before, or a long time before they mentioned his name. You were approached by this guy. What did he say to you? What did he want from you?
Well, I think what he really wanted was he used Carter Page as a person to gain access to a meeting with me, and we met on the 1st of September in 2016 in Washington, D.C. area. And I think he used me to create an introduction to George Papadopoulos. And I did not know that this individual subsequently met with George. I had no idea about that. But our meeting was totally innocuous. It was so innocuous that I didn't report it up the chain of command at all, and I didn't think anything of it. In fact, I've never opened
because he was saying,
any of the attachments that were sent to me.
I was a policy guy in 3 campaigns. I want Trump to win. He's presenting himself, but meanwhile, he wants information from you. Fair statement?
Well, he didn't try to get any information from me. I think what this meeting was about was that they used me as a way to get an introduction to George. He wanted to go to George Papadopoulos, and I think, and he used Carter Page to get to me, and then he used me to get to George. And I really think that was the whole chain of events there, because I really think what the goal was to create a linkage between an affiliate of the Trump campaign back to those emails emails, and in order to create more probable cause, for FISA warrants, and then also to help create a scandal. And I really do think that was the intent and purpose of what this individual was about.
Mike, tell us your side. When you were approached by the spy, and imagine if this was Hillary's campaign, imagine civil libertarians, imagine the left and the media in this country, how different this narrative would be.
Well, I believe I got at least two and perhaps more approaches by individuals who were trying to offer information to the campaign that would have jammed us up in some way, shape, or form. I mean, it's very clear that Sam and Carter were both approached by a spy. I don't care what they call this spy. I mean, human intelligence or whatever. You know, back here in Buffalo, you can call it, elongated cylindrical semolina, but we still call it spaghetti here. A spy is a spy is a spy. Yeah. And that's what it is. And I'll tell you, they've done more than this. They had to have done more than what they did with Sam and and Carter. They had to do a lot more. I mean, in reality, if we had known what they were trying to do to us, we'd have all been like that guy in Goodfellas, you know, watching out for helicopters and tomato sauce all day long. I mean, these guys were going at us from all different angles. I'm convinced.
And by the way, what congressman or senator, if somebody called them,
government contractor?
Well, what's congressman or senator? I don't think there's one that if they got a phone call, I've got op research on your opponent, you're going to want to hear this, wouldn't take the meeting. Name one. And anyone that says otherwise is a liar. I don't believe them for a second. All right, here's the bigger picture that I want our audience to fully understand. And we know you nearly lost your house, Michael. The column about you, Carter, that says how Robert Mueller ruined my life. Nearly ruined my life.
Listen, Sean, it's like what President Trump always said on the campaign trail. It's not about me, it's about us. I think about all of the damage this did to all of our volunteers on our committee. Look at what it did to Sam. You know, this is the first time I've had a chance to be, talking with him in over a year and a half. And, all the support he gave in terms of talking through a lot of these lies that were being put out by the U.S. government and fake media outlets.
And leaking, it's like a sieve from that special counsel's office.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sam, I don't know. I've read a lot about you. How was your life impacted by all of this? And you're laughing, but I don't think it's funny.
Well, I'm pretty calm. I have a great faith, and again, it's great to finally have a chance to communicate with Carter again. And I will say this: one of the reasons I left government here about 3 weeks ago, I was in the administration, and I left the administration. And one of the reasons, there were many, but one of the reasons I left is because I was tired of not being able to defend myself.
Yep.
And I said, that's enough. I'm going to come out, I'm going to take the muzzle off, and I'm going to talk to everyone. I'm going to tell everyone what this has been about. And I can tell you what Michael and Carter have talked about. This has been, and I agree with Michael, this has been, they've come at us in multiple directions and multiple avenues and from multiple agencies. And I think the American people need to know that this is the worst possible abuse of power.
Bingo.
At taxpayer expense. And I will say this, I've taken the oath of office 3 times. I've sworn my oath to the Constitution 3 times. And we have any number of people, many high-ranking people in the Obama administration that took the same oath, and they wouldn't know it if it came up and bit them on the butt.
Michael
and that's how I feel about that.
That's a powerful statement. Michael, you nearly lost your house. From what I understand, the American people stepped up to help you. Real quick.
They really did, and I'll tell you, if it weren't for the American people, giving the money to pay for my legal fees and more legal fees, I'm starting to pay other people's legal fees. This thing is really outrageous. I mean, you know what? I'll tell you, today I spent photocopying papers about a jealous husband that happened after the election just for Robert Mueller. That's how ridiculous this is.
Hope Hicks spent more on lawyers than she did trying to serve her country. Last word, Carter, quick.
The Senate should demand that Sam is brought on as the Undersecretary of Agriculture immediately, given everything he's been through.
We'll have you guys back. Your story is important. This can't happen in our country. Otherwise, we're the former Soviet Union or